buildings up, so everybody's getting into the buildings and looking around. So anyway, keep an eye out for that crap. Building collapses cause a lot of injuries for us. Even mine, the whole building doesn't have to come down. The back of a floor goes down. You rip your ACL. A lot of things happen. So you want to maintain your awareness level to protect each other, right? Because we're in this together. And that's all, folks.
What we used to say about BI in the squad? What's BI?
That's right.
We don't do it.
Well, you forgot BI. 44 is your last BI.
That was my next BI. I got spoiled inside.
But it's
Hey, you guys
important.
too, you go into those buildings under construction, you know, like if it's lights out, you know, what do you gotta expect? You know, holes in the floor. I mean, I was just reading these statistics. I think 60% of maydays will be given for firefighters going through holes in the floor, or tripping or falling, and stuff like that. So you see that more than ever now. Like everybody's standing up with the gear on, they're wearing their hood. You know, like you really don't sense the heat. It's preaching to the choir. I can tell guys 1,000 times, but especially in a job like that, get down and crawl in front of you. Get down on your hands and knees and crawl. You know, much better visibility down there, and you're going to see things. And you know, if something's not Jake, you know, you're going to find it before you fall through.
Any questions? Easy bunch. Any ball breaking?
You know, the one thing that comes to mind when I think about, you know, is this building going to collapse, is it going to come down, is the contents on fire or is the structure on fire, you know? Because to me, you know, that tells me what kind of time frame I'm working with. You know,
Yeah.
if I'm getting reports that, you know, it's past the contents and the structures on, you know, the walls or something like that, then it's a whole different clock now.
For you. And
Yeah.
things never go fast enough for the guy in front of the building, right? Inside, it's like time slows down, or time slows down for you. Inside it, you feel like you're moving 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. It's tough, you know. You know, I sit here and I listen to what we're talking about. It's like you never want to go in a building, you know, with all the scenarios and the lightweight and things like that. But you know, the nature of the beast is we're pretty aggressive and we're in there.
We have to be.
And there's no silver bullet. You can't say, well, if you see this, it's definitely this, or if you see that, it's that.
No, we all got to be aware, and you got to be thinking all the time being a fireman if you want to make it to the end of a long career. If you say, well, screw it, I'll do 5 years, I'll get hurt, and I'll move down to Florida and open up a fishing station, stay ignorant. You're probably on the right track. But if you want to last, then you got to know what you're doing.
The rehabs are scary. You know, like that's the ones that you know you're not expecting. If you see a newer building, you know you're gonna kind of tread lightly. You know, more expected to see light and stuff. But you know, you go to brownstone or a low frame now, you know, or a PD. You know, they could have been. You know, and they go on the cheap. They put like C joists too. Like
Oh yeah,
about those. You know, you guys know what C joists are? Right. They're basically like metal. They're shaped like a C. You know, they use them instead of wood. You guys have seen them, right? That's lightweight construction too. So you see that, you poke a hole at the front door, and you see it like that's got to go out there. You know.
And now in the progression of C joists, now the Merinos are now the primary joists because they come with the pre-cut triangles, which makes it easy for the tradesmen to run through it.
Wait, what's a merino? I didn't even know that.
It's a joist that came online in the spring of 2004. It replaced, in the evolution, Dietrichs were the first ones to put holes, and they were rounded holes. And they were generally used in townhouse construction out west and down in the first division in high-end stuff. But the Merinos...
First Division, what a great place for lightweight construction.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see that a lot.
Well, these buildings are, you know, they're historical landmarks, so they, you know, they're not going to take the building down, but they're going to rehab them, and they're going to put that stuff in there.
Right, and we had...
That's the old one.
Yeah, that's a Merino. What's really appalling is they're doing them now you know, you do it in a frame, okay, that's one thing. We had, the first merinos we had were in 2004 in
Oh,
Lennox.
you had them up by you, right?
Yeah, Lennoxton 119, it's a 7-story, 100 by 100. And I've always been kind of taking things to the extreme. When they came out, and I know I photographed the stuff, I went online and got the catalogs. There are specific ways in which you have to handle these things. They instruct their people, if you don't lift them correctly, they start bowing.
You warp them, yeah.
Right, so I took pictures
Slow
of
down
all
and
this.
do it right, yeah.
I took pictures of this stuff. They had bowing beams before they even put them in.
They gotta tie them in the right way too.
Sure, this whole
And,
with
and
straps.
what was the vertical? It was block wall, 1 wide thick, right?
Right, and then they put a limited structural membering in, but they went spans of like 26 feet in length, which are obscene. And the point is, all they ever talk about is the system. Like, they're protected with double rock and this, well,
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the business where the system is broken down. And the thing now with these merinos, they're also allowed to be used as now you can use, they call them stud rights. You can use the same thing in low-rise buildings up to 3 stories. So that configuration you just saw is now prevalent. There's one building in the Navy Yard, it's a 3-story, which has been turned into a private dwelling, has these, both the studs and the floors. The time span on these will fail if you get past the system. How long do you think that's going to hold under fire?
I know before I got on the fire department, I was building penthouses on top of buildings in Manhattan at the sea joists.
Sure.
And stuff like that, so I got 26 years, man, I can't even tell you how much stuff has been built since then, you know? It's scary, it's a scary thing, we've missed thousands of them, and, the key is like early identification, you go in and just poke a hole, man, and try and see what you got up there, you know?
Well, they starting to do that on, with those marinas, they starting to do it on brownstones, they're buying the air rights, and they're putting more stories onto the buildings.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see that a lot. One day I was walking down in Ocean Avenue, and I saw that, and I stopped, I seen him doing it, I asked the guy, what the hell is that? And he goes, oh, no, this is okay.
This
So
is
they
good
can run
stuff. But you see, he stopped them and asked them, like, they'll talk to you if you,
This was on a new construction, 6-story in the Bronx, right around from the Firehouse. And the floors were made out of this new material called dragon boards, which is like a party back or door board kind of construction with like a fiberglass and some sort of coating on the top. And that's the floor.
you got
What support is, we got
Well,
trust.
the,
merino joists.
Merino.
they're spanning into a block wall, and then they have steel framing on the inside. So, steel framing.
Anything to put on.
Guys, the other thing is the roof load. What's on the roof, on the HVAC? How they're spanning those loads. Are they using traditional roof curves, are they spanning off the beams, are they spanning off the parapets? The other problem we have now with the new Mitsubishi units that I was installing 30 years ago, you'll start seeing them on the sides of the buildings, and you'll see them really high. And they're in a range, say, 2.5 ton, 3 ton, 4, they're gonna be in a 2.5 ton unit's gonna be close to 200 pounds. 185, 200 pounds. That all they are is just anchored into the side of the building.
Yeah.
The system that Mitsubishi and those, we call them they're split fan coil units. Okay, they anchor the top bar that spans the load. They come down where your runners, and then there's a side. What they do is they fold down, and the condensing unit sits on top of it. Depending on how they just got it anchored into this wall, they might go the cheap route and just go into the mortar joints. Okay, that's a real problem. When you go around your buildings, you'll see them all over the place. Because they're split fan coil units, they're easy, the ductless systems, they pop right in,
Yeah.
they're easy to install. Okay, and they got
And you
some
say
weight
they
on
weigh
them.
about 200?
I just did one, from Madison Avenue, I just did one, and it probably was 30 feet. And I think the condensing unit was a 2.5 ton unit, it was close to 185 pounds. Okay, and they're just sitting up there. I know when I anchor in, I'm gonna support it. But say when I was in my AC units, like our code is, parapet wall, the unit's only as strong as those parapet walls, how we're spanning on the I-beam. So a lot of guys take shortcuts, and they just put in a regular roof curve, and of course, because of the ductwork, they're gonna put those roof curves in that's easy with ductwork. They're not looking at, so we have tremendous loads that's sitting up on those those roofs.
Yeah.
And depending on, a lot of times they're not spanning, because somebody took a shortcut, nobody's looking at it.
Do you guys know what he's talking about? The programs, I mean, you guys know?
Well, you drive around your buildings,
Listen, it's
lot of
okay,
brownstones.
who fucking knows everything?
Yeah, look, a lot of
Hold
brownstones.
on, we got 3 of them in our firehouse.
Guys, the brownstones you see, if you're looking for the side of the, on the side of the, you can see they're like kind of off-white condensing, they're hanging.
So you know,
They're
the unit
a lot
that's
of weight
in the
behind.
house, outside, the lines run outside the units hang on the outside brick.
So that's the place like right in the corner, right here, so they're not gonna run the IVs as well. They'll catch this wall, and they'll catch that wall, and they'll put the unit on top. If you see it just resting on the roof, on just the joist, that's another red flag. You know, You gotta say, like, it's not on steel, it's not resting on the barren walls. That's like a load, just waiting to like fall and kill someone.
No, we talk transfer the load, a lot of times, especially in city, when we doing units, we were catching the IVs, and we had to span the IVs. And so if we span it this way, we would be out here with the IVs, and then we, it was engineered.
Right.
So where, the load is transferred to the, and it's coming through. But a lot of guys, they're not spanning the IVs, they're dropping these roof curves up there, and they're just fine, and they're not sitting on anything.
They're doing it on the cheap.
Yeah.
They just want it done and,
All construction is based on saving money, because the guy bids on the job, I could build this building or I could do this renovation for 500 grand. He takes out a buggy whip and starts whipping his guys to hurry up, because he needs them to actually do it for 200 grand, so he can, buy a house out in the Hamptons or something, right?
Plus, the city,
For 500 grand, you can.
Well, to make a down payment.
you go into residential houses, okay, and now you have, again, split systems, and you have your air handlers in the attic. I'm big with threaded rod coming down, I transfer my load to Kindorf, and it was done a certain way. A lot of guys they just pop it in, and you'll see it just sitting on the roof raft, on the ceiling rafters without spanning the load, it's just sitting there, and that's,
that's where it kills them.
and and that unit's not, you're probably talking 300 pounds, 250, 300 pounds easy.
So if those ceiling rafters start to be exposed to fire,
I base it worst case conditions. That air conditioning, how they were setting that unit, it's cutting the corners, and that unit's just sitting, it's not sitting like I said, I run the 3/8 threaded rod to inch and a half Kindorf,
Yeah, right.
span my load, and now.
Kindorf, the guys that are in
It's almost
construction,
like,
it's a three-sided piece of metal with a bunch of holes. It looks like almost like a stop sign pole.
right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's,
I
Kindorf is
heard that line in a while, man.
They have all different names for it now. I call it Kindorf. It's, when you go to a supply house and you
It's a
supply
trade,
it,
yeah.
it has like 3 different names to it.
But if you go into any supply house and you say
I
Kindorf,
Kindorf, they know what I'm talking
they'll
about.
give you the brand they carry, they'll give
Right.
you.
It hangs on the threaded rods.
Threaded rods, but again, because you're spanning your load, you're transferring your load, but how many times I've opened an attic and back in the day, and they'd just be sitting right on the rafters, they might pitch it a little, and that's how they did it.
Construction is saving money, that's all
So,
it is.
but now I think,
was on top of these things, they built decks, Brooklyn had people that had backyards, now they put them on the roof, large, they never changed the support, maybe they one or two more things in, but, they're
They're
building.
putting the gardens on the roofs.
They're putting, Bloomberg started that, and they actually have farms, they have rooftop farms all over New York City. That's what they have now. They just, I don't know if you saw, they just started Shanghai, one lieutenant from every division to do a 6-month detail and go on all these rooftops. There's hundreds of rooftop farms and gardens all over New York City now.
Do they have horses up there?
the other thing I just
The load is tremendous, the dirt, it's this thick.
Oh, and when it rains, that gets,
There's no runoff, it's
when you talk about the blink stuff, when you come up to a building, the first thing I look at is meters. How many meters do I have? How many electric meters do I have? Tells me how many families live in. And even then, at least we have a good idea. If I have 3 electric meters, I know I got 4 different families in the house. My gas meters, those that have blink stuff that you're talking about, the obvious stuff that you're picking up, that's obvious to us.
yeah.
Yeah, so, right now, you think the houses, you see 4 meters, 5 meters.
That's
We're
a
posting-
minimum
We're
five
posting
families.
into the
Right.
minimum.
Not counting the illegal part. So, I mean, that's when you, the first thing you said about the blink part, that's what you're looking at. Situation awareness, when you're looking at, you know, specific, things like that,
Yeah,
you know?
I think about it, right?
Hey guys, how do you think you're gonna notice stuff like that? What kind of state of mind you're gonna be in? You know, there's people on the fire escapes, there's fire, 5 windows. You gonna notice that stuff?
Try,
You're gonna try.
train yourself.
You gotta, this is coming to the job, me and Big Mac here are involved in it, you know, mental performance initiative, you know. I don't wanna get too far into it now, but, you know, between controlling your breathing, keeping your heart rate down, self-talk, you know, self-talk is huge, mental imagery, you know, just playing out scenarios in your mind, you know, think about that. You know, tonight, 3 in the morning, you pull around the corner here and you pull up and, you know, there's people jumping, you know, people screaming, there's, you know, reports of people trapped, you know, just think how your state of mind is gonna be. And just think how you're gonna breathe and how you're gonna figure it out, how you're gonna notice those meters. Or you're gonna notice the mailboxes when you go in, you're gonna notice if there's a fire escape in the front. Are you guys picking all that up when you pull up at something like that? You know, maybe, maybe not, probably not, you know. Younger guys, you know, it takes a little more time to figure that out. But, you gotta, the most important, 6 inches, we just got that on the 5 round is, 6 inches right here between the ribs. You know, me, it's probably 8 inches with my head. You know, that's coming. We're finally catching up with the military and the sports world, and we're going to talk about, you know, just managing your state when you pull up at something like that, and kind of keeping it on the rails when it starts going sideways. And you know, I mean, we just had a job the other day, me and JD, where everything was off the rails, and we're trying to fix it. You know, so just keep that in mind. I was just going to say before, this was the fire building now, this is just like a quick thing. Like, you're walking out that door after the fire, right? You're coming out to the street, what are you going to do when you walk through the door? You're leaving, this is the fire building right now. Your rig is outside, you're walking out that door. What are you going to do? You walk right out? What are you going to do? I want the young guys, man. You two guys look like pros. So you're gonna stop at the door, and you're gonna look out to somebody, and you're gonna go like this, right? They tell you that, tell you guys that in public school, because I notice guys aren't doing it. Well, why do you do that? Because a jerk like me right now is about to throw an air conditioner off the 3rd floor, and it's gonna end your career. I saw a kid the other night, you know, I'm a captain of a rescue. I don't feel comfortable going over it, but if I see something really unsafe, I'm not gonna talk to another officer's probably, but I'll tell them, like, hey, listen, before you come out of a fire building, stop at the door, look out to someone in the street who's got a vantage point. Don't do this and look up, because you're gonna catch it in the mush. And just say, hey, listen, you know, just, is it good to come? And you guys will go, okay, it's good, or I might tell you stop. I've just been seeing that a lot lately, and it's disturbing. I've seen a couple of, like, you know, just like this.
I was just gonna add to that, that's also going in the building. We had
Yeah.
Cover Chief, we had Chief Don the other day, we were going over a job.
Chief Gunn, never heard of him.
I forgot where it was, but it's on Diamond Plate, and, you know, there were jumpers, and he was saying, you know, that was one of the things, you know, their house did, everybody looked up, and I just remember, when I got here, that was one of the things we always did, because whether you walk into the firehouse and looking for a bucket, and that just trained you when you were going to a regular building, to a job, or whatever box it was, to look up as well. It's just one of these things that, saying, when you're looking out, you don't see it being taught anymore. That was something that they taught us in public school, and now that you mention it, I wouldn't even think of it, but now that you mention it, I haven't seen that either.
I saw 2 close calls in the last month. I said, you know, whatever, I don't know if they were told that or forgot it, but just stop at the door and look at someone in the street. There's 10,000 guys, 50 chiefs, and just say, hey, is it good? You know?
Well, that's the one thing I learned from the bucket of water that the guy used to pull in. Look up, sidewalk. That's what I got from that bucket.
Do they still throw, do they still bucket the guys?
Well, it's gone to where you are.
That's when Jimmy, who they get, Joe Martin, that was their favorite speaker in the NYF, you know, too.
Yeah.
This guy's amazing, one of my mentors, you know?
But one thing I said one time ago, I don't know anybody that ever drowned from a bucket of water.
No. All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Good talk to you.
Thank you.
Good.